What is up, guys? Thank you for clocking in. My name is Ian, and sorry for the short delay of the video today. I was going to record a little earlier, and what had happened is I was clearing stuff off of my desktop just to make some more space because, that's always good. And I accidentally deleted my stuff folder, and what my stuff folder is basically all of my Premiere projects, all my raw footage, everything aside from like game shortcuts go inside this stuff folder. So I should have caught this a lot sooner because it said that the files that we're deleting was adding up to like 90 gigabytes, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, because I had a lot of stuff on my desktop, like raw video, but no, it was the entire folder. So I was trying to use a data recovery program called Recover to get it back, and it kinda did it, but it kinda didn't. So I don't have a lot of my pictures, which kind of sucks because those are all memories, but I'm sure I can get them somewhere on some kind of cloud thing. I'm sure I have them backed up somewhere. And it only got a few of my videos, not a whole lot, but it had all my shortcuts, which is great. Anyways, this is not what my main focus is today. And I know I made a video about the Nintendo Switch last week, but I only talked about specs, or one certain spec. Today I just kind of want to talk about the system itself, because it's a really interesting piece of tech that I am really excited for, to be honest. So basically, I'm just going to talk about why I'm excited for the Nintendo Switch. I'm just going to start off and say, if you can't tell already, or if you haven't seen me in previous videos, I'm a huge Nintendo fan. I've been with Nintendo for so long now, and really seeing them come out with a new console, especially just because, like, the age I'm at now, this is really the first console I've really been hyped for. I know, like, PS4 and Xbox One was coming out, and I was kind of hyped for that, but it wasn't really to the level of this, because I didn't necessarily care that much about the Xbox One and PS4, because when that was coming out, I was in the PC games. It was just like this awkward situation where I was excited for getting a PC rather than the consoles coming out. And when the Wii U was coming out, I didn't necessarily care. I remember hearing articles and stuff saying that, like, the Wii U is going to be like 50% more powerful than a 360 or whatever, something like that. And I thought that was pretty cool, but PS4 is coming out, so it's not really saying much. So that aside, this is really the first system, like I said, that I've been hyped for, and it's more of like the excitement of having excitement that's making me excited. Yeah, that's a wrap your head around that. Basically, it's just fun to be excited over something I can play video games on. And I remember when it was still called NX, the codename NX, and it was first talked about, me and Bill just thought, like, what is this gonna be? What could this be? And obviously we all know, as much as some people might hate to admit it, the Wii U failed. It's just the sad reality of it. And I remember there's so many people just wanting a standard conventional console, and yeah, and it was just, these rumors went on for so long, and speculations and what people wanted. But now we know it's Nintendo Switch, it is a hybrid console, and why am I excited for it? Well, it's portable. It's as simple as that. Like, yeah, I have my 3DS and my PSP, and I bring those with me wherever I go if I'm going on a long trip, just because it has games on them. But I can't play the new Legend of Zelda on the go with just a standard conventional controller. Maybe not the most normal controller, but just a console experience on the go. One game that one game that I'm really into right now, and I've kind of been talking about it a lot, is Steep. And I know I use that to compare like hardware stuff when I was saying, like, I don't know if Steep could run on X1. Looking back though, it probably could, but that's a different story for a different time. Being able to play that on the go is going to be fantastic. Same with Skyrim. Like, that's just amazing. And I know a lot of people say, like, oh, I can just get this on a laptop and call it a day, but I don't want to lug around some giant laptop and have it, like, yeah, you can bring a laptop with you, but you can't just have like a little kickstand and have like 2 little controllers and play conventionally. Not only that, but to have a laptop to even play those games comfortably costs way more than what the Nintendo Switch costs. And I know these laptops can way outperform a Switch, but I have a PC for that. If I want to play a game for maxing it out, I want to play it on my PC. I don't expect the Switch to run at 4K 120 frames per second and have ultra detail. It's not going to happen. And playing on a 720p tablet, I could care less. The fact that I could just play those games on me on the go, I don't care if it's on low settings, no anti-aliasing, being able to play that game on the go is unbeatable at that price, and I'm just really excited for that. One thing that a lot of people have been concerned about is the launch lineup for the Switch, and I will admit it's not that strong, but at the same time, a launch lineup is never really that good. You know, even if I remember like when the PS4 came out, it had some pretty good games that came out day one, but there was nothing that was really like must buy the system for. Same with like Xbox One, and alright, to an extent they had it, because I'm a huge Forza fan. They had Forza, I think it was Forza 5, but it was just nothing mind blowing. And with the Switch, you kind of see the same thing. Now, of course, you have Breath of the Wild, and I've waited 4 years for that, so that's going to be mind-blowing to me. But what I'm trying to say is it will get better throughout time, because the same thing happened with the 3DS. The 3DS was considered a failure for the longest time because of its price and its lack of games, but once they lowered the price on it and had more games for it, it sold phenomenal. So I really feel like this is going to be like this. We're going to have the same situation with the Switch, and hopefully that's the case, because I'd really hate to see the Switch fail, especially after the Wii U. And I really think Nintendo is really pulling it together and making sure that it's not going to fail. Another thing I'm excited for is third-party support, and I know Nintendo released the list of games that are third-party devs that are making games. And I've had an interesting conversation with my friend that pretty much said the Wii U had a very similar list and none of those devs made games. And to that, I agree. But with the presentation, we had a lot of third-party devs come out and say that they're excited to work on the Switch. Yeah, they're probably paid to say that. But you didn't get this kind of enthusiasm with the Wii U. It feels like a completely new type of not stigma. It just feels like a new type of thing going on with the Switch. It's like a breath of fresh air, and I'm really excited to see this. I really feel like the Switch is gonna really just come out guns blazing and just kick ass. Like, I really am excited to see this happen. And like I said, it might be a little bit of a slow start, but I really feel the Switch is gonna do well. And I'm just super excited for the games coming out. Like I said, I'm excited for Zelda. I was going to get the Master Edition, and this is going a little off, but I went to GameStop, walked inside the actual store the day after the presentation, and I had a half day too, so I was pretty lucky here because, you know, those pre-orders are going out fast. So I go to the guy, say, hey, can I pre-order a Switch? He's like, yep, I got 4 left of the colored ones, the red and blue Joy-Con. And I'm like, yep, that's the one I want. And then he was like, alright, we have Breath of the Wild. I'm like, yep, that's the game I want. And he was like, okay, we have the standard edition, the special edition, and the master edition. And for the special and standard, you have to put down $5, and for the master edition, you have to put down $10. I put down $10 for the master edition. Turns out, you can only get the master edition online, so that guy pretty much lied to me. Or he just didn't know. Whatever. So I got the special edition for Zelda, and a few other games I'm excited for are Mario Odyssey. I love the sandbox Mario games. It's like Mario Galaxy. Well, that's not really sandbox. But like Mario 64, Mario Sunshine. Those are some of my favorite games. And Mario Odyssey just seems like a completely new idea that has this sandbox style to it. And I'm so happy that this is coming out this year. It's just crazy. I'm so hyped. A couple other games I'm excited for. Splatoon 2. I played the first one. It's pretty fun. There's a couple of things that I felt like they could have done better, but overall it was a pretty good time. And seeing this on the Switch, and it's a sequel. I really feel like I'll pick this game up and really have a good time with it. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I love Mario Kart 8 on Wii U. I'm gonna love it on Switch. It has battle mode and all the DLC. It's gonna be great. Obviously, like I said, I'm excited for Steep. I'm excited for Skyrim, and I'm actually a little excited for Minecraft for the Switch, because I'm gonna be honest, I can't play the Pocket Edition. It's just awkward and I just can't get into it. But playing the console version, like, I've gotten used to that, because there was a point where I didn't really have a working computer or a Minecraft account, so I just played the Xbox 360 edition and I loved it. And having that version on the Switch, I really think is going to be great. And I'm just super hyped for these games coming out, and being able to play this on the go is awesome. One thing that I don't think I made this clear when I did my Why Switch Will Use Pascal video, is if it uses Maxwell, it'll still be powerful, because yeah, it's not as efficient as Pascal, and it might kill the battery a little bit more, or it might cost a little more, but it's a custom NVIDIA Tegra chip. It never said it was X1, it never said it was X2 or whatever. It said it was a custom chip, so it can be something that we've never seen before. It could be a beefed up X1, or it could be an X1, like I said, I could be wrong. It could be anything at this point, and even if it's Maxwell, they can make something that is pretty powerful and on par with the other consoles, the Xbox One and PS4. Maybe not as powerful, but it can hold its own. And I remember someone from Bethesda, I forget who it was. It might have been Todd Howard, I don't know. But I remember a quote coming from them saying, "We'll consider working for the Switch if it is as powerful or more than an Xbox One." And the fact that they're coming out with Skyrim is pretty promising. But that's a whole different thing. In the end, though, the Switch is just, I think, going to be a fantastic system. And something else that I forgot to mention, the Virtual Console. There's rumors, and I'm pretty sure it's confirmed, that and my cat is scratching my door. That's wonderful. That the Switch is going to have GameCube games on the Switch's Virtual Console. Meaning, I can play games like Mario Sunshine, Smash Bros. Melee, Luigi's Mansion on the go, without like using an emulator, without any kind of weird stuff. Being able to do that has been something that I've wanted for a long time, because GameCube is my favorite console, like hands down. Like, it's just that's like my childhood in a cube, and being able to play that on the go is a dream come true. And I'm really excited for this. I know I sound like a broken record saying that, but the Switch is what I want from a console. Just something where I can play the AAA games and the first party games that are amazing on the go and at home with pretty much no compromise. Yeah, you have the battery life, but whatever. Speaking of battery life, another thing that has me a little excited is that the Switch isn't going to use those proprietary, I cannot say that. It's not going to have like those weird like power adapters that are only exclusive to Nintendo. It's using USB Type-C, meaning if my cord breaks, I don't have to spend like a arm and a leg to get a replacement first party official Nintendo charger or whatever, or get like a $5 to $10 like off-brand Chinese one. I can go to Five Below, pick up 5 of them for $5, and I'm good to go, because USB Type-C is a normal universal thing. It's just not those weird freaking Nintendo ones. And it kind of reminds me of like the NES Classic Edition, how that uses the USB Type-C, because I use that as a phone charger, just because my phone charger now is like slow because it's old as shit and it doesn't have a good wire to it, I can literally use the NES Classic adapter as a phone charger. So being able to do that with the Switch is just pretty cool, honestly. My screen turned off. But yeah, that's basically just a lot of things I had on my mind that I just wanted to get off my chest, because I don't know, the Switch I think is just going to be a great system. And one thing I want to ask you guys is, are you excited for the Nintendo Switch? And don't start like a fanboy riot in the comments. Let's just have a nice conversation about this. Anyone can talk to each other. It's the world of social media. Let's have a nice chat about this. So tell me what you think, and tell me if you're gonna pick up the Switch. If so, when? What are you excited for it? I'm excited to see what you guys have to say. Until next time, peace.